Hey, so do you want to hear a joke?
I just told one.
Hey, so do you want to hear a joke?
Not really.
You have no choice. So there's this young boy named Derek.
Okay.
Okay, and his grandmother has always told him that his father and his grandfather and his great grandfather all went out to the lake and walked in the water for their 21st birthday. And he's heard this story since he was a little kid, and he always kind of wondered about it and questioned it, but Grandma always told the same story the same way every time, and he'd asked his mom about it, and you know, his mom had said, well, you know, sometimes Grandma tells stories, but you know, I don't know nothing about it because I was too young. I wasn't around when your father was when your father turned 21. I came along later, and you know, I didn't know grandpa or great grandpa, so I don't really know. But you know, don't take it too much to heart, right? And so the boy grows up. Finally, he gets to where he's 21 years old, and I mean, he's just had this story so ingrained in him by Grandma by this time that he's convinced that he can walk on water for his 21st birthday. So him and his older brother, they go out to the lake, and they pay $5 to rent a canoe, and they paddle out to the middle of the lake, and Derek gets up there, steps out onto the water, onto the lake, sinks, almost drowns trying to get back in the boat, and he comes back and he's just furious. I mean, he's mad because his grandma has told him these stories all this time, and how could she have fooled him? And he's just crushed and disappointed. And so he comes back to the house, and his mom sees him, and she's kind of like, you know, like knows what happened because his clothes are all wet and stuff, and she just kind of looks at him, and he rushes past his mom and goes into the living room and finds Grandma sitting there in a rocking chair, and he's like, Grandma, I don't understand why you did this to me. You lied. You told me that my dad and Grandpa and my great grandpa all walked on the water on their 21st birthday, and I went and did it, and I almost drowned. How are you going to explain this to me? And she goes, well, my dear, your father and your grandfather and your great grandfather were all born in January, and you were born in June.
That's wrong. I did wrong.